Ahoy hoy, this is Michaela from Team Retro, where we like retro games, we like roguelikes, and we like the devices that bring them to us. So back in September, October, I knew I had pre-ordered the OLED Switch, so I ordered two grips to go with it, the Skull & Co. Switch grip and the Satisfye Switch grip, and I ordered these because I knew that the Switch was slightly longer than the base model, and I was going to need a new grip to go with it. I've been using the Skull & Co. Switch grips since the OLED model came to my house, and I did do a review on that Switch grip, and unfortunately Satisfye wasn't able to send out their revised Zengrip Pro right away because of manufacturing and shipping delays, all affected by COVID-19, of course. Well, I'm happy to report that Satisfye was finally able to manufacture these units and get them shipped out, and mine arrived on my doorstep this past Monday. And I've had about a week to spend with it. So in this video, we're going to unbox this unit, we're going to make some comparisons to the Skull & Co. Switch grip, and hopefully by the end of this video, you'll be able to come to a decision as to whether this Zengrip Pro is a good choice for your Switch or Switch OLED. And this wasn't sent to me, I bought this with my own money, so all of my opinions are 100% my own. With that out of the way, let's get started and let's take a look at this grip. So my first impression of this grip is it looks almost exactly like the original model, with the exception of the white color, and I'm really not that much of a fan of the white color, but I completely understand why they did it. And if you're using the white Joy-Con with this device, the black and white contrast will look good. By comparison, here's the original model Satisfye grip. And right off the bat, you could see some of the changes that they made. They added a third set of these bumpy rubber things in the middle, and they added a third grip to the sides of the left and right. And you can even see, if you look carefully enough, where they carved out a little bit of extra space to accommodate the OLED. Now before we put the Satisfye grip on, I just want to show you the current Skull & Co. grip that I use, and there's a couple of things that this unit does that the Satisfye grip does not do. For example, you can take off the grips on the back and you could change the sizes based on what you might need. But for me, I've been keeping the smaller grips on because I use this device a lot in kickstand mode, and one of the nice things about the Skull & Co. grip is that you can have full access to the kickstand as long as you use these smaller size grips, and you can hook up a controller and you can set this on your desktop and adjust the angle, and without taking the grip off, you have full complete access to kickstand mode on your Nintendo Switch OLED. So you can play a game like Dead Cells and you can do a quick run on your lunch break or at your desk. And this has been my primary way of using my Switch OLED over the last couple of months. Now as we take the Skull & Co. Switch grip off and go to the Satisfye grip, I do want to let you know that that plastic piece that I just took off is actually fitting looser and looser over time. And I am a little bit concerned that eventually it will break and my Skull & Co. Switch grip will no longer become usable. And that's not really been a concern with the Satisfye grip. If anything, when I go to put it on, it feels a little bit too tight. So I feel like when those rubber membranes break in, that the Satisfye grip will still maintain its grip on the device, but it will be easier to slide on and off. However, one important thing to note that when you put this grip on, you no longer have access to the kickstand. In fact, the grip covers the kickstand entirely and you are not able to move it. Which means if you do want to use kickstand mode or play this on a desktop, you will have to take the grip off. However, the grip handles themselves are definitely a major improvement over the Skull & Co. grip. Your hand wraps around them very nicely and it feels miles more comfortable. Now you can alleviate this if you are interested in the Skull & Co grip by using some of the bigger grips. They feel just as good. However, just like with the Satisfye grip, you will have to take the device off of the Switch in order to use it in kickstand mode or dock it. However, I feel that the Satisfye grip is just slightly more comfortable, and the rubber over the hard plastic absolutely makes a difference when you're holding this for long gaming sessions. So if you're purely interested in handheld mode and just having a comfortable gaming experience, definitely consider the Satisfye. However, I do need to point out one major caveat with using the Satisfye grip, and that is that it is definitely going to leave marks on the back of your device. If you look carefully here, you could see I've taken the grip off, and you could see these kinds of clear lines that may be scratches on my OLED Switch after using this grip, and I've only taken this grip on and off a few times. And you could see wiping it off with a dry cloth isn't doing anything, so let's see if we can get these stains to come off with a disinfecting wipe. And we're just going to set this unit down and kick on the lights a little bit so that you could see these scratches a little bit more clearly. And we're just going to wipe down the whole Switch, and we're just going to see if this is residue or if we're actually causing damage to our unit by using the Satisfye grip. And as you can see, it doesn't look like those marks are coming off. It might look a little bit better now that the unit is clean, but it seems like in using the Satisfye grip, one has to accept that you are going to have these little marks show up on your Switch. Here's my release model Switch, and you could see that the scratches are a lot more prominent here because I was using the original model Satisfye on this unit. And same thing, after wiping it down with a disinfecting wipe and drying it, it seems like these scratches are definitely here to stay. And you might be okay with that if you just have a regular model Switch, but if you have a special edition unit that you are trying to preserve and keep in good condition, you may want to reconsider using a grip with that device. And I just very quickly want to show you that you can actually put the upgraded Satisfye grip into a regular Nintendo Switch with no issues whatsoever. It goes in exactly the same way as the previous model did. A couple of things that you might notice that in both the OLED and the base Switch model, there is some additional gap between the sides of the grip and the Switch itself, and that's because of the way they had to re-engineer it to work with the OLED model. It hasn't bothered me so far, but it is another thing that you might want to consider. Alright, let's talk about Commendations and Condemnations for the Satisfye Zengrip Pro updated OLED model. Under Commendations, I still find the Satisfye grip to be the most comfortable of the Switch grips, especially for long play sessions. The build quality on these grips is definitely top notch, and they will last over time, and they're not going to fall off of the Switch either. Once you put it on, you don't have to worry about it coming off until you actually take it off. And you don't have to do anything special to this Switch grip if you want to move it back and forth between an OLED model and a base Switch model. It's compatible with both, and you could just slide it off of one and put it on the other without any issue. Which is pretty good because some of the other grips out there are only meant for one or the other, or you have to get a screwdriver to modify the unit to be able to work with the older model Switch. Alright, let's talk about Condemnations, and there's a couple of things about this Satisfye grip that I do have some serious issues with. One being that you're going to have to slide this grip on and off very often, so if you're used to using docked mode or kickstand mode, the grip is not compatible with either of those modes, so you're going to have to continuously remove it and put it back on depending on how you're going to use your Switch. And finally, this can leave marks, residue, or scratches on the back of your Switch, and that's something you're really going to need to have to consider if you want to use this grip. Satisfye doesn't seem to have addressed this issue, and if you want to take advantage of the comfort this grip offers when playing in handheld mode, you're going to have to be okay with the possibility that this can leave marks on your Switch. And if you're okay with that, that's fine, but if you are a perfectionist or you have a collector's edition Switch, you may want to avoid this grip. For me personally, I was okay with using a Satisfye grip in the past despite the fact that it left marks on my device, so I more than likely will continue to use this grip. However, if there's a way to remove those marks, please let me know in the comments below. Alright, that'll do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know if you have any questions or reactions to this Switch grip in the comments below. And if you're on the fence on buying the Satisfye Switch grip for your OLED model, hopefully this video helped you decide one way or the other. And please feel free to continue the conversation in the Budget Aquaman Discord. I'll leave a link to the Discord in the video description. Again, thank you so much for watching, and if this video was helpful to you in any way, please be sure to like and subscribe. Until next time, bye for now, and don't stop believing.